All right. Hi, everybody. Am I coming through? Let's see. Yeah, I can see myself, so that's okay. I'm using a lot of different settings and a bit of a different streaming setup today. So, again, with a lot of engineers in the chat, I want to check, is everything okay? Most of all the audio. I mean, audio is more important than video. So yeah, if you're in the chat, if you can see me, if you can hear me, let me know. It says over here the status is okay. It says it over there, so that's good. DJ Victor Nova, everything is good. Audio sounds great to me. Sounds great. Audio is great. All is good. All right. So one of the things that I changed for this stream is I'm running on a lower latency setting, not the lowest setting, but like the center setting. Slightly delayed video. Could be. I have never checked actually if the video syncs up with the audio. I also don't know how to correct that. Good one. Audio. Yeah, audio is the most important thing. All right. So, yeah, I do have quite an interesting story to tell before we're going to get to the cool stuff. But I don't know if it's interesting to all of you. I'm just really excited. I visited Abbey Road Studios last week, and that was one of the greatest experiences, maybe for my life. Definitely for this year. Like I always do like an end of the year thing. Like, what was your best moment of 2023? It will be Abbey Road for sure. Now I'm saying I have a cool story about it, but I'm still speechless about it. So so it's I don't have a lot to tell about it, but I'm just so happy, and it's it's also because of all of you that I had access to Abbey Road. Like, you cannot just walk in there. Actually had a connection inside even before YouTube, but in order to be taken seriously, it helps saying that you have a big YouTube channel and that people know who you are. So that has been really exciting. I didn't shoot any video in there. I actually didn't shoot any photos in there because that is strictly forbidden. Abbey Road Studios is still a studio that is like, they record movie scores there. They do a lot of stuff in there still. It's not a museum. It's still an operating studio. Let me check. YouTube is shouting at me. I think we are okay. My MacBook is chewing away a little bit too much data to watch YouTube, but I think the YouTube servers are able to handle that. Did you record any audio then? No, it was literally a visit to check it out, talk to the person that I know inside. I don't know what I can disclose and what I cannot disclose about it. So think I'm going to keep it at that. So what I want to do today is I want to unbox the Apogee Symphony desktop, this thing. And I made a pretty interesting title for this video, but I don't think it's fair to talk about that before we've unboxed and taken a first look at this interface. So let's first do that. And I also want to, have you guys involved a little bit in this. So yeah, let's open up this. Let's open up this box. So this is it. By the way, I do think that the unit that I have right now is a reviewer's unit, which means that it's not in the best condition. I mean, if you look at the box, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say damaged, but just not the cleanest. So yeah, this is the interface. It's immediately in the box. So the Symphony is a desktop interface. It's a pretty high class desktop interface. Let me check one thing, by the way. always so nice when you're producing your own stream. It's a pretty high-class desktop interface that has 2 mic inputs, 2 outputs, headphone output over here and headphone output over here, instrument input over here. It has an optical connection, which I think supports ADDA as well. You can connect it over USB. It needs an external power supply. And there's a USB plug on here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. And with that, you can update your firmware. So the USB plug is not for recording, as far as I know. Am I going to... Wait. Am I going to do the peel? Yes, I'm going to do the peel. Was that too quick or not? That actually looks quite new. If I look at the display, it's not that it's like... Okay. I don't know. So one of the things, and let's just like be straightforward with you all. This isn't the first time that I'm checking out this interface, but more on that later. One of the first things that you'll see, I don't know if it will come across. It's difficult to see on video, but this knob wiggles. Like it feels very good. It's an aluminium knob, but it seems like it's not attached properly or something. It seems like it's a little bit, under an angle. And you can say like, hey, you're bitching a little bit about it. And I can understand that. But this interface costs 1,600 euros. So it should be the highest class interface. It's like the Ferrari under the 2-channel home recording interfaces. It should be really good. I'm seeing Grammy music cheap when the knobs move like that. It's worst. Yeah, that's like one of the things. It's just. By the way, the sound that it makes, I think it's a very good and satisfying and clicky sound. But yeah, the tilt on the knob is something that really annoys me from such an expensive interface. Let's put this to the side. Let's look at the accessories and cables and stuff. It's a trademark. Oh, okay. Let's see if there are. Let's put this aside. I don't know if there are any serial numbers or something on it. So accessories and whatever. You get a very cool Apogee. Oh wait. Let me switch it. You get a very cool Apogee USB stick, and this is again for the software updates. We've got a, what do we have? USB-C to USB-C and USB-A to USB-C. The one thing you will use the most already has a little problem. Oh, what's the problem then? You could probably make a whole drum kit for that price. Yeah, true. Yeah. USB stick. Damn, I'm buying that. And this is the power supply that it needs. It cannot run from bus power. So yeah, my microphone is very sensitive. So yeah, that's everything that's in the box. It's now empty. So let's move that away. And let's prepare this this plug for the European market. USB stick, damn, I'm buying it. I don't think it's a very special USB stick. It should be very solid for that price. Yeah, that's it. It's a so. If you're just starting out with home recording and you don't want to spend too much money on an interface, because like the interface is basically, most people already have a laptop and stuff. But the interface, the microphone and the headphones are the first thing that you're going to buy if you're going to be recording. And these interfaces are aimed at people that record at home. I don't think somebody that just does mixing or wants a high-class interface will buy an interface like the Apogee. Or Focusrite makes some really cool small interfaces. Universal Audio. Lewitt makes a very good one. Actually, I'm streaming using the Lewitt interface because it's just, great for streaming. RME makes a few. They are a bit in the same price category as Apogee. But when starting off, you're not buying like such a super expensive thing. Or, if you have money, you will. However, if you have money and maybe if you're a bit further along, you want to make a big upgrade, but just, in a small setup and your main focus is recording, that is, as far as I think, what this product is for. A pro audio engineer isn't really going to buy this because, most pro audio engineers have a lot more lines going in and out than this thing supports. So I think this thing is really aimed at the home recording market. It has a lot of internal routing and stuff as well. So that's kind of cool. Let me see if I can power this thing up. I bet the quality of the ones and zeros is superior in the Apogee. So there is a difference in interfaces and how they sound. So the ones and zeros could be superior. Yeah. Okay. Let me also plug this thing in to my computer. What could buy with 1600? Yeah, you could almost buy a full studio with that. It's not the highest quality studio, but at least like gives you something to start with. Like from 0 to 1 is always better than staying at 0. Let's not scratch this thing. No, all right. Let's see. Okay. All right. First boot. Let's show this. What about someone who's a mixing engineer who does mostly mixing exclusively? Does the same concepts apply? Yeah, but I think that your investment will be focused on, the DA converter and on speakers and on outboard gear and on plugins that you don't need. Yeah. Now, what is it doing? All right. So, can we see what is happening on the screen? No, I need to zoom in. Can I? Let me. Again, it's all live and it's all self-supported, self-hosted. That Empress Stupid Q. Yeah, that's it. There's a reason why it's so close to my fingers. I love that thing. It's one of the best things I bought. Okay. Let me see. Bit like this, bit like this. Okay. Yeah, I think this can work. This can work. Yeah. All right. All right. So there it is. Now I want to check the software version first. Where can I see that? Is it here? Touchscreen control version 1.2.11. What is the latest version? Let me see. This is feature specs, find the dealer. Where can I find this software? Because of course I want to have the latest software on here. No. Where is the software? Support. Technical support. Okay. Download product software install. But I just want to know the version number because then... Okay, click here to access. We will send you a link to the selected installer. Why? Why not just, you know, if I click on this thing, that I just get like to the page where I can get... Wait. And it's not to be a... It's not to be a like big supporter of RME, but there's like a downloads knob here. I can choose what I have. So let's say I need to get a new driver. This is how I can just click here and I have the new driver. So here, so they can get your so that they can get your email. Of course, you know. I know why they want to have my email, so that they can probably spam me a newsletter. But why do they need to do marketing to somebody that already has bought the product, that is already invested in your ecosystem? Why do you need to market things to them? Anyway. Yeah, there we go. Email. Yeah, and there we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look what is checked by default. By default, you are getting the newsletter. The thing that nobody wants. And I don't even know if I need to fill this in. Oh, here. Unsure if you have the latest version. Check here. Okay. Okay, this is good. Apogee hardware interfaces. Apogee control software version 1.2.100. Oh, that's interesting, and that's up to date because if we look closely here, I've got 1.2.11. So I've got one version later than that Apogee. Let's see. Apogee is saying over here is the latest version. So either there has been some miscommunication and I'm running beta software on here, or it's just not. Yeah, what is this? Check for update. Oh yeah, no valid USB drive detected. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to make sure that, whatever. I just wanted to make sure that I had the latest software version installed. Firmware says 0.25. No, it's... Oh, 11 versus 100. Oh, yeah, that's not how I count. Sorry. Is that a valid way to count versions? Going from 11 to 100? 100 is a higher number than 11 though. Okay. Okay, so shall I just go for it and install it? Shall I just, you know, have Apogee spam me? Hide my email. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. iCloud hide my email. I'm not sharing this this part on the... Oh, select your product. Symfony IO MK2. No, Symfony desktop. And then no, don't send me information on special discounts, new products and product updates. Just don't do it. It's annoying. Okay. So now check your email. Okay. Let me check. Again, I'm not going to share my whole inbox here. Let's see how long it takes them to send me a new version. Should be a few seconds, I think. Let's see. This is known as semantic versioning. It's not a decimal. Okay. It's Semver. Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. I learned something new. That's the cool thing about version numbers. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you all on board, because with multiple people you know more than with just one. All right. Apogee Control 2 for Symfony then include. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait a second. This is also the driver. This is also... So what I'm downloading now is not just the new software for the Symfony, but also the so you cannot get access to the driver. You need to get the driver via an email. That's just all really weird. Like, why do they want that? Is the marketing so important? It's downloading, guys. Let me let me show you the countdown here. Or there isn't really a countdown. It's just it keeps on downloading. So yeah. So my plan is to because I can, you know, let's talk about that. My plan is to connect a microphone, the Lewitt that I built myself, and headphones to it. Let's see if I can get the routing going in that interface. Just, you know, with the touchscreen and everything, the whole unique thing about that interface. Oh, it's downloaded. Okay. Gigabytes of download, yeah. Where am I? Where am I? Apogee dual path. Apogee control dual path. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. I actually saw that I already had it installed, but let's first do this dry ASMR. I've seen enough. Yeah, sorry. It's the exact issue that you know. It's a combination of issues that there are with the Apogee, and we're not even at the best part yet. All right, Symfony desktop update. I'm copying that to my USB stick. By the way, if you are wondering why I'm constantly switching away from my monitor, I have to be really careful because the system that I booted from and that I'm using right now for this live stream is also the system that I use for my snake oil videos, and there is a lot of software on there that is under NDA right now. Actually, one particular plugin that is not released yet, so I have to be really careful with those things. Did I eject it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do the software update. So that would be this, like this. Let's insert the USB stick here. And I mean, a new product having to do a software update in whatever form, that's, I think, completely normal to do. So I'm not saying that to them. Okay. Update. In progress. Cool. Okay. It's saying 11 here. Anyway. Let's just update, then at least we know for sure. Why did you buy this product? This product, I didn't buy this product. This product was sent to me by Apogee. More about that story later. I really first wanna, you know, check it out. Yeah. Need to have a lot of patience today. How many people did already quit the live stream? Oh, it's not a lot. And anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them using a super chat. And I will get to you definitely during these moments of, waiting. Is it frozen now? If it freezes on the live stream, that will be funny. It seems like it's frozen. Apogee uses the ESS Saber for DA. It's incredible. About those chips, about the ADDA chips, you have ESS Saber, you have AKM, and probably a few other brands. It's not just the chip; it's also how it's configured and the type of circuit it's in. An ESS Saber can sound both amazing and horrible. Same goes with an AKM chip. Army is famous for running AKM chips. By the way, this self-supporting streaming. Anyway, RMA is known for AKM chips, but AKM chips sound amazing because of AKM, but also because of how RME built the circuitry around it, how it was configured, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Seems like they're making you go back and forth a lot just to get started. Not really. I mean, it's a bit of a hassle to get the file, but as soon as you have the file, you put it on your USB stick it in there, and it, updates. Look at this. It's done. So let's build a small recording setup with this. I first need to get a cable. First time on your stream. I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. Cool. Let me know what you think. Okay, so mic input 1. Mic input 1. Like this. Let's put my own build. It was working yesterday, so I'm pretty sure that it will work today. If you haven't seen the video, I would love to put an info card, but it's not possible in the live stream. It's basically, the video is called I Made a Microphone. All right, and the headphones in here. Okay. So now what I would like to do now, I'm going to be talking both in this microphone and the streaming microphone, and I want to get some signal out of this, because without signal we cannot really route something in there. So I want you all to guide me a little bit in how I can get this microphone to work. So first of all, I need to gain this. Hello. And I'm going to need phantom power. Where can I find the phantom power in this thing? Where do you all think? Press in 1. Press in 1. Ah, hey, that works. Oh, that's cool. Not sure if that worked before. Cool. All right. Okay, so we have input gain here. Where's my phantom power? I now have an analog. I now have an analog interface on here. By the way, if you know the answers, please don't answer, because I wanna test the usability of this. Gear icon. Did I have a gear icon? How can I get out of here? Oh, now I'm here. Oh, I'm at 48. Okay. Haha. Oh, we have signal. Okay. And this is my gain now or not? Is this my gain? Hello. All right. Okay. 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 Where are the screws? Yeah. In one has 3 pages. Swipe. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. And now, how do I get this to? I want this to get out of my headphones. So, headphones. I mean, how? I mean, I wanna. I just want to route this to my headphones. This is the confusing part of this. The mixer icon. Okay, mixer icon. Okay. What do we have here now? We have a mixer. Okay. I think there was an option for direct hardware input, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Mixer. Okay. Hubert John. Hello. Plug your ribbon microphone slide through battery switch to 48 volt of storage that in a different order. You need to do it in a different order. I know you hate reading manuals, but this is not confusing, just RTM. I don't know. I mean, I've been using this thing for a bit longer time already, and I kind of know the answers already, but I'm still struggling with it. I don't know what. I also don't know if the touchscreen on here was a good idea. Does it have direct monitoring? Should have. Let's go back to the headphones. Follow main. No. So by default, the assignment is by default the headphones are assigned to the playback from the software. If you want to route this, you need to go to the mixer. Then you have mixer 1 here where you can mix. Let me see how it was again. Where you can mix the analog input, which you can control like this, and the playback from the software, which is here, which you can control like this. You can make a little mix for yourself. I'm brave to hold the mic you built by the cable, considering the printed pieces. I know how it's built, so it's not a problem. So I have to make a mix in here in the mixer. And when I make a mix in here in the mixer, I can then go to the headphones thing and assign the headphones to the mixer like this. And now I have sound on the output on the headphones. And one of the workflow things, how it could be easier is just, have two. I mean, there are 2 mixers in here and you have 2 headphone outputs. So you can basically by default route the mixer and the headphones together. So mixer 1 to headphone 1, mixer 2 to headphones 2 by default. A pro user will always change it, and if they have the possibility, they can. But again, if somebody that just wants to record from home, that such a default setting would be way better. And then it would be nice to have controls on here so that I can, touch this and, start playing with this instead of having to go in here, search for whatever this all means, and then control everything by one. It's not very handy. And why does it display all my optical inputs while there isn't an optical input and there isn't an optical clock? Like the interface knows there aren't any inputs. Why display it here? It's really, really confusing, this software. So, back to the title of this live stream, because what happened here is I actually received this interface last year. I think actually a year ago I received it. And I was doing my review, I was setting things up, unboxing. There is an unboxing somewhere, video somewhere. I don't think I deleted it yet. And I was really, looking into it, and I got really confused. And I actually took the interface to one of my colleagues, a pro audio engineer, and he was also really confused about how everything works. And this is just, scratching the surface. It's a very difficult. It's a very difficult U.I, U.X, whatever it's called, and it's not very straightforward. And I was looking into this and I was like, oh, okay, so we've got an interface that costs 1,650 euros. That's quite expensive. That's weird. Apogee is known for making high quality products. I've been using Apogee gear since I started here in the studio. My first setup actually had Apogee converters from Rosetta. So I was like, I want to talk with them about this, because I've been getting a lot of, not a lot, but a few comments of people that say like, hey, you're always, talking in the public domain about flaws in products, but you're never really writing to the companies. So it's like, let's do it the proper way. Let's write them and say like, hey, I have some concerns. Can I talk with you about this? And, I had some brief details about that, I think. It's a long time ago. It's a year ago. So I said to them like, okay, let's schedule a call. So I had a call with the person that I was in contact with and two of the, I think, product managers or engineers. And I told them about my concerns. And I was like, hey, it's a bit weird that it works this way. And they agreed. And they said like, yeah, it's really weird. And they already had some discussions about that internally. So I was a bit excited by that. I was like, hey, my mission is just to make the world sound better. And if a good interface gets more accessible, that means that the world can sound better again. So let's work on this. We agreed to work on that, and I made a pretty long video basically explaining the same thing that I did in the live stream. And I said with that video like, hey, this is what I've seen. This is what I've noticed, and this is also the things and how I think you can improve on this. I made a few sketches, I think, or I draw them with my hands. Again, it's a little while ago, and I said like, hey, this is just the beginning. I have more ideas, but let's first take a look at this and work from there. So I really wanted to help them, and it took some time then, and I don't know the exact story what happened in between. There wasn't a lot of communication, and like they went silent for a long time. One of my assistants actually reached out to them like, hey, what is going on here? And yeah, we're working on it. And then all of a sudden, they played musical chairs there. I don't know if you know the game Musical Chairs, but basically everybody swapped chairs, and I was all of a sudden talking with somebody else, and somebody in the company, switched the position of the engineer, and all of a sudden the team that I was talking to wasn't there anymore, and there was a different team there, and they didn't really transfer their work properly, I think. So we said again like, hey, these were our concerns, blah blah blah. You can read the whole email thread, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden I got a request from the distributor that loaned me the device, and they said, hey, we want the device back. And I was like, I'm sorry, we were still working on this, so that's weird. Turns out that was some kind of a balancing thing that they needed to do before the end of the year. So my assistant then reached out to them saying like, hey, okay, but this is very inconvenient. What are we going to do with this now? Because we're still, at least as far as we were concerned, we were still working on that, like giving them feedback on the software and that kind of stuff. So then Apogee said like, okay, we'll send an interface from us directly So I was like, okay, let's do that then. So we swapped interfaces. That's why I was able to unbox a new one on the live stream. And then I got an email like, we need the interface back within 2 months. Are 2 months okay for you to do your review? I was like, so you just wasted my time. I put a lot of time in making a video, explaining things, and I was planning on putting more time in that. And I actually said in the video call, like, hey, if you want my feedback and want to do something with it and start a conversation about that, that's great, but don't waste my time. And they ended up doing it. And now they're asking for a review, and I'm like, okay, I will review it if that's what you want. But they did, like, I was kind of hoping that I would unbox this thing here, and that there would be a new software version. Maybe they didn't communicate that properly to me or something. And that's also why I wanted to do this whole process on the stream, checking it out of the box, updating software, everything, to just make sure that they didn't all of a sudden, improve their software. One of the things that I'm not sure about that was in here when I was testing the unit is when tapping on the input itself to get to the settings. Could be that they've improved that, but apart from that, it's still a very illogical interface. And I also know why. Because Apogee makes, and I think we can show them here. Where is it? They make the Symphony. And the Symphony is a pro audio interface. It's a big interface made to, multi-channel audio interface for Dolby Atmos and immersive audio. That's what they make. And the Symphony desktop is just a smaller version of that. But still with the thought of a big interface. So still with capabilities and routing that that is more, usable in a big interface. That's where the leveling got wrong here. So I just wanted to put this message out there that the next time that I see flaws in a product, I'm just not going to contact the manufacturer anymore. I'm just going to make a video about it. I think that's the most honest way to do it. And the interesting thing is that every time that I made, and there's not enough data for this because I just only reached out to Apogee about this. There aren't any other projects happening in the background or something or whatever. Every time that I said something in a video, I had a clash with Baby Audio, for instance, where I found a lot of distortion in their plugins that shouldn't be there. They fixed it in like 2 weeks or something. Like really, they said it. Turning that around in like 2 weeks. That was really amazing from them. And every time I'm doing it in the public domain, I'm seeing change happening. I'm seeing people striving to create better products or starting up the discussion with me like, hey, you're wrong. Because I would love to hear that I'm wrong because I want to learn, because the more I learn, the better I can create feedback and the better my videos will be. So either one of those two things will happen. And if I'm really wrong, I would, of course, make an apology video. However, it would be more gentle or more gentlemanlike to do it in the background, not doing it in the public domain. But what I'm seeing is when you're not doing it in the public domain, there isn't any change happening. They're just like, oh, let it go. And then people move around in a company or whatever. Nothing happens. And doing it in the public domain actually puts some pressure on the issue. And this is an interface that people pay 1,600 euros for. That's iPhone money. So, yeah. Did Apogee waste my time? If you ask me, and you can only ask me about that, I feel that my time has been wasted by them. Yeah, and I leave it up to the chat for now. Like, should I make a full review video about this thing? Should I really go into depth and maybe also create scenarios of like how this could be fixed or how it could work different. Yeah. Always make a video. Typically, bad publicity causes PR and marketing people to get the fixes implemented. Yeah, that's the thing. Why do I need to put pressure on it? I don't want... It sounds weird coming from me, but I don't really want to pressure people. You know, I also wouldn't love to be pressured. So, yeah, don't do it. Yes, do a full video. Love your content. Can I make a poll in here? No, I don't know how that works. I have no idea. No. No poll? No poll? I can't make a poll? Okay, then no poll. Straw poll. Oh, is straw poll simple? Rip it up and start again. Go to straw poll. Okay, let me try straw poll. Straw poll. Straw poll. Create poll. Okay. Make a video about Apogee Symphony Desktop. Yes. No. Okay. I think create poll. Is that it? Okay. Where can I share? Okay, let me see if this works. Yeah, okay, cool. Here is the link, people. Click the link in the chat and let me know via straw poll. Put your vote in there. I might listen to it. I mean, maybe the live stream is already enough. I don't know. Of course, this live stream is also going to be edited a little bit and cut it into clips for the clips channel. That's the editing. The normal live stream will just be out there. Does the interface sound good in your opinion? Very good question, Patrick. So, yes. We tested it. I've got a colleague of mine. I don't know if I can disclose his name, but he's really focusing on you know, interface. He does a lot of things, but he developed a kind of test that's a bit weird. It's a bit difficult to understand. So that's why you won't see me talking about it, and you won't see me sharing measurements of that or something, because it can be misunderstood pretty quickly. But we did the test on a lot of interfaces: the Lewitt one, the Focusrite one, the Apogee, the Army. We had a few others over there. Those are the interfaces that I have. No problem that you just voted. Voting is still open. Voting is still open. Anyway, he tested the Apogee and the performance was actually really good. So, and that's, you know, I wasn't even doubting that. I really think that Apogee is really good at creating their converters. So, I don't think that's a discussion. And also, I don't think it's something to really talk about on YouTube, because if the conversion is really good or really bad, I would love to show it to you all, and so that you can listen and hear it. And that's not something that is really possible through a codec and something. I get a lot of yeses in the voting. Let me show you. This is the current voting. So if you don't want to make... If you don't want me to make a video about it, then you really have to go and vote in the straw poll. Straw poll is really cool. I've seen it on Linus Tech Tips, but never used it. I didn't know it was so simple. So I will do this more often, probably. Let's see. Did the test also include latency? Latency is a difficult one to measure, because I've noticed that really depends on your system as well. Maybe I/O latency through the DSP or something that you can test. And then still, yeah, if you use a second measurement of the latency of the testing equipment, then yeah, could be. I think the latency is really, really low on the internal DSP. I don't think those are problems. It's really a UI UX problem. And actually, at the beginning of the stream, somebody in the chat said that the customer support from Apogee also wasn't really good. So, you know, if you put one and one together, I think showing the issues with software helps everyone. It will show if Apogee listens. We'll see. In private, they didn't listen. Like in a private conversation, they didn't, apparently. So, yeah. And, you know, I really think that Apogee can do it. That's also why I started the conversation. Like, it's not that Apogee is like a small company or something. They should know what they're doing, and they should be capable of doing this. It's not... It sounds weird, maybe, but this whole thing doesn't seem like a scam or something. It really seems that they just completely misunderstood their audience. And what is interesting is that they said the same thing while I was in the video call with them. They agreed. And they said that they've already been talking about it. And they said they've already wanted to do that. But they're just not doing it. So, yeah. Do you think... I don't know if the desktop is made by the same team as the Symphony I/O. I don't know. I have no insight in their business or whatever. Thanks for the answer. It just sounds like you're just the wrong kind of audience for this product. Yeah, and then trying to get into the thought process of a home recorder or really somebody that would use this interface, not me, because I definitely wouldn't use it. But you know, from my perspective, it makes more sense. Maybe the product is maybe easier from my perspective, but really from somebody that really wants to have a let's say a Rolls Royce of an audio interface, you cannot get away with this, I think. So few inputs for this amount of money. Why? Well, because of the software and the routing. And you know, you can. Let me quickly show you this as well. You can somewhere. No, not there. Not there. My preamp. You can use here. Look at this! Wow! Look at this! Now I'm using a whatever, a Neve or something. Whatever. I can use different. Oh, wow! My NDI signal dropped out. That looked weird. Can I? That's weird. Okay, let me just put it in front of the camera here. Look what I can do. Look, now I have an analog unit on here. Look, and if I go back and go wherever here, look, now I have this one on here. Look, now all of a sudden I have a whatever on here, a preamp or something. That's why it costs so much money. All right, we've got 71% of... let's see if this one didn't freeze up. Or did it? No, it didn't freeze up. We've got 71% of the people saying yes. So I'm going to have to make a video about this. And that was also the plan. So, yeah. You'll see that video soon. It will take a few weeks to produce all that kind of stuff. You can get early access to the video whenever it's ready. You know how those things work by becoming a member. Do you use Apple Silicon and can you recommend it? Yes, I use Apple Silicon and yes, I can recommend it. Yes. I am running the whole studio on the basic M1 processor with 16 gigs of memory. 16 gigs is better because it uses less swap and your SSD will last longer. That's what they're saying. I don't know if it's still true. It was back then. I'm running the whole studio. I've got a PCI enclosure and attached to it over USB-C. And in there is the Army AGSPE Pro, and it spins out MUDI and AES, and it all runs low latency very well. I'm also running an M1 Max MacBook Pro, like literally every... In Holland we would say alle onderste vakjes, what means selecting all the options basically. And I'm using that for video editing and also for this live stream, like my MacBook is doing that live stream. And as far as I can hear, yeah, the fans aren't even spinning. So I was editing B-raw footage from my Blackmagic camera in a multicam clip with 13 angles, and it barely, that was the max capacity, 13 angles of B-raw. 9 angles of B-raw, and it just, went through it without having the fan kicked in. So yes, Apple Silicon, yes. At least one side note, all the software that I'm using is Apple Silicon optimized. So that's a bit important. I think that the issue with the Symphony desktop, no remote tablet app, just a fiddly screen on the interface. Yeah. That's another one of those things. It's maybe a little bit outdated as well. One of the features that I love about my Blackmagic camera is the fact that there is like a Bluetooth app that I can use, and then with that app, here it is. I can change all kinds of settings on the camera. So yeah. The only thing the Blackmagic needs to make is an autofocus, working autofocus. All right. Would pay $1,600 for that interface. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's all fine, of course. Plugin on an interface is still a plugin. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Dan, the Lonely Rocker. If you don't know Dan, check him out. He makes great videos. We also did a few collaborations together. Yeah, Lonely Rocker. Go check him out. Unfortunately, I'm about to round up this live stream because there's nothing else to talk about anymore. It's the interface. I don't really have. Yeah, I think that's all. If there aren't any questions coming in anymore, there weren't any questions, or maybe let me quickly check if I had a question from my members. That's not really a question. It's a bit of a weird thing. Nope. Let's check Patreon. What was your first interface? The first interface that I literally bought for myself, because I had a Pro Tools setup on loan. So that Pro Tools setup, and I used that for years. That was, it was from Sound Vision Studio. It's actually still in use, that setup. It's now in a different room. That one had Rosetta 800 converters. So, yeah. Let's see. No questions from members, so that makes it a bit easier. I think I'm going to need to post my questions, post a bit more obvious. Right now, it's that members can comment everywhere. I'll read those comments, and if there's a question in there for the live stream, it will always be discussed in the live stream. Do you use for ADDA conversion? I'm using the Army ADDA 2 Pro as my main DA converter. That converter feeds the processor for the speakers, which is a digital processor. The processor actually supports digital inputs. But what we've noticed is that it sounds better when you're feeding it with an analog converter, and the exact reason for that is still not really known. It's a bit weird, but we think it has something to do with filtering and with maybe clocking or whatever. But going digitally into the processor doesn't sound better than going analog in the processor. So I'm using an ADDA 2 Pro that runs over AES, and I'm running 2 RME M32 converters, so an AD and an DA. So I have 32 channels of RME conversion in here. Thoughts on Burl audio? I haven't got a lot of experience with Burl audio. We tested, I think it was a summing mixer here, and we weren't really impressed by it. But yeah, I didn't dive into it, so I don't know exactly. I haven't got any experience with the converters. I'm pretty sure that it's good stuff. I mean, I would love to try it. Clocking could make a huge difference. Yeah, and there are some. I don't know if it's still true today, but they always said that if a device can clock on its internal clock, it is way more accurate. Having a word clock, external word clock, makes it so that it has to clock to something that it doesn't want to or doesn't support something. I don't know if that's a myth, actually, so don't take my word for it. They say 85% of Grammys on Burl audio. Nah, okay, but... Okay, so here's a counter question about... Okay, so they say, so we're not sure, that 85% of the Grammy-winning songs were made on Burl audio interfaces. I think that's what you're saying, right? The counter question then becomes, but did it win a Grammy because of the Burl? I don't think so. But that's me. So yeah. All right. So conclusion for today is that I am going to make a video about the Apogee interface. So I'll do my best to really show all directions from it. So not just the software, but also, you know, the good sides, because it sounds a bit weird in this stream right now, but this interface also has a lot of cool features as well. But I just think it can be a lot better. That's going to be the title. That's a good idea for the title. I think it can be better. And then having a face with probably this thumbnail face, like something like that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today. I'm slacking a little bit, but really, I am going to see you all later. I've got a cool video coming up tomorrow. It's a snake oil video and a super cool video. It's going to be one of the mic reviews that I did. So I was reviewing the Astro microphones and the OC80, and it's going to be that video, and it turned out way better than I thought. I really overdid that video. Members can already see it in the early access, and all of the other people will see it this Saturday on 6 o'clock Amsterdam time. Thanks a lot for being in this live stream, and I hope that I see you all again in the next one. And I don't know when that is. Oh, that's probably going to be next week, because I have some very cool equipment coming in that I can unbox. Something that I'm really excited about. Yeah, next week or the week after, depending on when the package arrives here, I have something that I'm so excited about. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Keep pushing, and bye-bye.